Sami Zayn. We've talked about how great he's been in this whole thing and how over he is now. Based on how over he is we've been talking about this every week, but do you see things differently this week than you did last week or the week before in terms of what direction they should go in towards Mania with Sami Zayn?
Well, I mean, it seemed like this was a kind of a quick jump ahead from Roman being a little grumpy with him to, gotta spike him now and blah, blah, blah. But I assume they've still got another 8 or 9 weeks before WrestleMania or whatever it is. So they're going to space this out. But I think obviously at WrestleMania, something has to transpire where the people can be full-throated behind Sami. However, this break, split, chasm is going to develop between Sami and the bloodline, it's got to be right about that time, right? Because or would happen at WrestleMania, but probably if they want to make WrestleMania strong, it would happen beforehand.
I go back to the question, if Cody wins the Rumble, is Sami in the Rumble?
Depending on, I guess, how many people else they got in the Rumble, he would almost have to be, wouldn't he?
I guess that's the question.
A guy featured like that would almost have to be.
And we have Owens versus Roman that night, which obviously he'll be involved with. If it appears like the logical thing is getting somehow to Roman versus Sami for one of the nights of WrestleMania, again, how does that affect Cody, who every video they're showing of Cody, I've said it before, and it becomes more and more apparent every week, if he doesn't win the Rumble, something's wrong.
Well, I don't think we're getting Roman and Sami at WrestleMania unless The Rock is definitely out.
The report is The Rock is definitely out.
Well, son of a gun, I thought we could count on him. Well, in that case,
the report is that The Rock has informed WWE that he doesn't have enough time to get into shape.
Goddamn, he looks pretty fucking good when I see him on his television program.
He was great standing still. What about when he falls down?
Well, that might be a different story. But still, do we see Roman and Sami at WrestleMania night one and then Cody? Because Roman will, even if we have Roman and Sami, Roman will beat Sami. And then we have Roman and Cody night two.
Well, I guess the other question is, if Sami is this hot right now, and he's as hot as he's ever been, and people really love him, and he's doing a great job with it, how do you get from here to WrestleMania a few months away so that he doesn't lose that? And what do you do with him then? Because you don't want him just to be in a throwaway match. I don't know if him and Owens versus the Usos, just to use an example, would be enough to kind of go with the spirit of everything that's been happening for the last year. The question is, how are you going to use Sami getting to Mania or at Mania?
I don't know. They don't pay me to do that. No, in all honesty, I like this thing with Sami and the bloodline because I don't really know exactly. We know eventually what the concept, what's going to happen is that Sami's going to end up on the outs, but we don't know how or who's going to instigate it or exactly what the process is going to be. And because of the things up in the air and the Rock schedule and et cetera, we don't even really know for sure what the matches are going to be at WrestleMania. We need to know sooner than later for promotional consideration. But I like the fact that they've got something that we're interested in and we can't call every step of it. And I honestly, at this point, I don't know what I would do. I know what you can't do. You can't really do the thing now where they jump Sami, bombard him, and leave him for dead, and the people are sympathetic over it, because now he ought to know better, because he's been warned, because they're already looking sideways at him, and Roman was going to have Solo spike him. So it almost has to be something where Sami has the choice to make in the moment and chooses fair play or whatever's right instead of what the bloodline's interests are, and screws them in some kind of fashion, and then they have cause to jump him and do whatever. But if he gets beaten down by the gang of people that were about to beat him down, that he's still hanging around, that takes some of his sympathy away, and he doesn't look as smart, doesn't it?
Well, we will see where they go, but perhaps if Sami is stressed out by this whole situation, we could recommend something that he can ingest, that he could sit down and get rid of these Sunday scaries.
Well, and now that the pay-per-views are on Saturday, it could even be Saturday scaries. Folks, our friendly neighborhood sponsor, Sunday Scaries, are back. You've heard about them before, but whether you have them on Sunday or all during the week, it matters not, because you can have the perfect remedy for the Sunday Scaries any day of the week. The Sunday Scaries are crap that life throws at us. Well, on Sunday night, we're sitting there on Monday morning. Many of you out there, I understand, I've been told this, and I've read it in several large newspapers, go to work on Monday mornings and have to deal with a bunch of shit through the week that you don't like to deal with, and you look forward to the weekend. Me, all my days are the same, and I just deal with shit in a variety of ways that I do regardless. But now you can deal with these scaries in a brand new way. The stress, the nerves, the can't sleep, the dreaded feelings. When you think about putting up with a bunch of assholes or just dealing with freaking life, the grumpy feeling in the pit of your stomach, well, now you can put something in the pit of your stomach that will make all that better. The Sunday Scaries CBD gummies. The perfect CBD gummies for professionals on the grind, super moms, students, party animals, regretful drunk sexters. That's what it says right here, Brian. Regretful drunk sexters. Paragraph 2, line 3. If you don't relax well.
Been a few of those in wrestling.
Well, there certainly have. If you don't relax well because you got a crazy life or you can't shut your brain off and chill out, you're overthinking things. Well, Sunday Scaries deliciously cute vitamin-boosted CBD gummies are a must-have because they will chill you out fast, and they're in a variety of shapes. They're in the shape of unicorns. They're in the shape of rhinoceri. They're in the shape of all kinds of cute little animals. Oh, I'm thinking of the Flintstones chewables. No, these are just CBD gummies.
And they have the unicorn jerky, which is delicious. That's my favorite.
They do have, but it's not in the shape of a unicorn. It's just jerky called unicorn jerky.
Well, the colors are, it's very colorful.
The jerky didn't have 4 legs and a horn.
No,
but it does the same thing as a unicorn with 4 legs and a horn. It chills you out.
What do you think of unicorns in general?
Well, I tell you what, they're okay when they're barbecued, but if you try to fry them, they're so dry you have to eat them in the rain.
But what about the jerky?
Well, I'll tell you what, this jerky they got at SundayScaries.com, as well as these CBD gummies, and all their products are helpful in helping you relax and helping you sleep if you stare at the ceiling and you worry and you stress and you lay awake at night thinking of different ways to harm that one certain individual you'd like to get even with. And you go over in your mind the things that you need to purchase and the plans you need to make and the ways you need to cover up and the cleaning solvents that you need to get to remove all of the evidence of what you're thinking about doing. Or you could just take a Sunday Scary CBD gummy and you could have a good night's sleep. Look, we've all got the right to live scare-free, folks. So whether you need to take the edge off, calm your racing mind, sleep better, or just prevent yourself from committing felonious assault, take 2 CBD gummies every day to keep the scaries away. That's old Dr. Corny's prescription for you. And let me do what doctors never do, and that's help you save money. A 25% discount. You go to SundayScaries.com right now. Use the promo code JCE, 25% off. Sunday Scaries, SCARIES.com. Promo code JCE, 25% off. The Sunday Scaries CBD gummies that will keep you out of the penitentiary and living a happy life.